one current is flowing. One current is flowing here. So that current should enter here, right? So now if you see these two currents are splitting. Now if you see R2 and R3, I told that if two elements need to be in parallel, both the top terminal and bottom terminal of those two elements should be connected. So here if you see R2 is this, R3 is this. Then these two terminals, let's say this is terminal A and B, uh, terminal A and C, A for R2 and C for R3. So A and B is for R2 and C and D is for R3. Okay. So here this A and C terminals are connected, but this B and D terminals are directly connected here. So if these two B and D terminals are connected directly like this, then you can say that these two elements are in parallel. But here there is one more resistor. So these elements are neither in series nor in parallel. This R2 and R3 are neither in series nor in parallel because you are having one element in between the second terminal of both the components. That is one thing. And when you are seeing from R1 point of view, this R1 is neither in series nor in parallel with both R2 and R3. So if R1 needs to be series with these components, then it's obvious that the same current should be flowing through R1, R2, and R3. So here, since R1 is the current flowing through this R1 is going to be splitted among R2 and R3, you can consider that it is not a series connection. Okay, so when you have such a circuit, how to solve it? Okay, we cannot directly solve by knowing the parallel and series combination or finding the parallel and series equivalent elements. Okay, in this kind of circuits, you cannot use series or parallel resistance concept to reduce the circuit and in order to find the current. So for these kind of circuits, we need to know about delta star transformation. Okay, if there may be a possibility the circuit is in star, so that you are not able to circuit is in star, you are not able to solve the circuit, so you need to convert that to delta. Okay, in case if the circuit is in delta, it is not, if it is not possible for you, then you should convert that to star. So before going to this transformations, let us tell what is star and what is delta. So consider this part, this R1, R2 and R3. So if you redraw the circuit, then the circuit will be looking like this, right? So the circuit I'm drawing, just drawing the R1, R2 and R3. This is R1, this is your voltage source, then some resistor is here. Okay, so this is R2. I'm not drawing the remaining circuit. So now you can see that this R1, R2, R3 is looking like inverted Y. Okay, this is looking like inverted Y, right? So this is called as Y connected or star connected system. This is called as or star or Y connected or even T connected system. Okay, if you redraw this again, it can look like a T. So if you redraw this, you will get like this. Okay, so this is R1, this is R2, and this is R3. Okay, so this is like a T connection and this is like a Y connection. This is also called as star connection. Okay, so similarly, then if you see R2, R3, and R4, this is like a delta symbol, right? So similarly, if you see R4, R5, and R6, you are getting inverted delta symbol. Okay, now this particular circuit is in the combination of star and delta combination. So here it is not possible for us to solve the circuit exactly as it is. Okay, so now what do we need to do is, in case if we transfer any one of the star, I mean this R1, R2, R3 in star connection, if you convert this star to delta or this delta combination, that is R2, R3, R4, if you convert this delta to star, then it will become easy for us to solve the circuit. Okay, so that's what we are going to do here. Okay, so this is the general this circuit is drawn here actually. Okay, this is not the circuit. So this is just a simple representation. You can see there is a Y connection. You can see Y here. So this is called as Y network. Similarly, the same can be called as star. Then same can be redrawn like this. This is just how I draw. So I can redraw this here like this. So this is like a T connection. This is same as Y connected or star connected network. Okay, only the name is different, but T, Y or star connected network are same. Similarly, this is a delta connected network and this is also a delta connected network. So here you can see that this is a delta connection. It is looking like delta symbol. So you are telling it as a delta connection. Here, this is a redrawing of this circuit. So if you, instead of taking this as a single point, you just move this resistor here. This is, let's say this is RB, and if you move this resistor here, let us, this is RA. Okay. If you draw like this or if you draw like this, it does not make any difference. So this is called as a delta network. This is called as a pi network. Okay. So pi network and delta network are same. Pi network and delta network are same. Y network, T network, or star connection or Y connection, everything is same. Y, T or star or delta or pi. So this is one combination and this is one combination. So what we are going to do is we are going to convert from star to delta if we are not able to solve the problem as it is, or we are going to convert from delta to star if the problem is not able to solve as it is. Okay, so let us go further. So consider this. This is a star connection, or Y or T. Okay, whatever you call, you just consider it in any way. Okay, now you, this is a delta combination. Okay, so we are going to convert from one form to another. Okay, let us redraw this so that what we are going to do, we can understand it clearly. Okay, so you can just put this into this. Okay, then you will get a diagram like this. I have just superimposed regarding the terminals. So the terminal numbers are same. So I have just taken 1 here, 3 here, 2 here, and 4 here. So I have just superimposed this into this. Okay. So now you can see this very clearly. So if I have a delta connection like this, then I can convert that to a star connection like this. Okay, so what we are going to do, if we are having certain resistance R1, R2, and R3, we are going to represent that in terms of if delta is given, we are going to represent the star connection based on this resistance. Okay, so for this star connection, there are different values. Let's say this is RA and this is RB and RC. What we are going to do, we are going to represent RA, RB, and RC in terms of R1, R2, and R3. What is R1, R2, R3? R1, R2, R3 are the resistance of delta connection, whereas RA, RB, and RC are the values of star connection. So what we are going to do, we are going to represent the delta connection in star connection. That is one way. In another way, if the star connection is given, then you can obtain the delta connection using the reverse way. How we can obtain, or how we can find from star to delta and delta to star, that we are going to see now. Okay, so mainly what we are doing, we are going to convert from one form to another form, from star to delta or delta to star, in order to find the equivalent resistance, or after that we have to find the current. Okay, so here what we are going to do is we are going to find the equivalent resistance. Okay, consider this circuit. In this circuit we are going to convert that to delta connection. Okay, so now for this, so for this, what we are going to do is we are going to find the resistance across the terminals 1 and 2. Okay, if some current is flowing through this path, let's say that you are having a voltage source here. suppose if you are having a voltage source here, then that voltage source will supply some current, right? So that current will be flowing here and flowing here and flowing here. The current will not flow through this path. Can anyone answer why? The current will not flow through this path. Can anyone answer why? Anyone is awake?
Circuit is not completed.
Thank you. So here you can see that it is an open circuit. So if it is an open circuit, obviously current cannot flow. So the current flowing through this path is zero. So if you want to find the equivalent resistance for this, you need to consider only this resistor, because this resistance is not making any change in the current. Since this resistance is not make any change in the current, you here the equivalent resistance when you are seeing from these two terminals are R1 and R3. Okay, so for finding the equivalent resistance across the terminals 1 and 2, I have taken R1 plus R3 because those two resistors are in series. So for similarly, when I see for the equivalent resistance from this 2 point, so I'm seeing like this. Now here again the current cannot flow through this path, and the current cannot flow through this path. If I apply a voltage source here, what I will get? I will get one current which is flowing through this path. If I current is flowing through RC, the same current will be flowing through RA. Okay, if I current is flowing through RC, same current will flow through RA. This current will be equal to zero, and this current will be equal to zero. Okay, because it is open circuit again. Now, if you are seeing the equivalent resistance from 1 and 2, if you are seeing from here, as I told, when you want to find the equivalent resistance, you should start from the exact opposite end, or at the terminal final end you should start. So this is the final terminal which is available for this circuit. So from this side we have to start. So here these RA and RC are in series, so we can redraw this. So the circuit will become like this. The circuit will become like this. Okay, so this is RC, this is RA, and this is RB. So now it is very clear that these two elements are in series, and this element is parallel to the combination of this. So this RA and RC are in series. RA plus RC is the equivalent resistance for this series combination. That is parallel to the RB. RB parallel, actually the RB, this represents the parallel combination. Okay, this represents, if I mention this, it mentions that this RA plus RC together is parallel to RB. Okay, for example, if you consider two resistors like this, let's say this is RA and this is RB, 1 2. So here I can write it as RA is parallel to RB. Okay, this represents the parallel symbol. Okay, now what I am doing, I am converting from star to delta. So the resistance which I have on the star, that should be equivalent to the delta. Similarly, the resistance which I have in the delta, that should be equivalent to the star. So for that, what I am doing, for that, what I am doing here, I am comparing these two. Okay, because the equivalent resistance on star and the equivalent resistance on delta for this particular terminal should be same. Okay, so here I am equating these two things. I have found this and I have found this, right? Then I am equating this. So when I equate this, now this is, we will talk about this R12. Before that, let us talk about this. I have taken R1 plus R3, that is equal to RB plus RA plus R. Here I have taken parallel equivalent resistance, means just a minute. I have applied the formula. Okay. For, you know that if two resistors are connected in parallel, I will write it as R1, R2. R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Same thing I have written here. So here RB is parallel to RA plus RB, RA plus RC. So in the numerator, I have to multiply these two elements. So RB into RA plus RC. Okay, so I will be getting RA into RA plus RC divided by RB plus RA plus RC. Okay, so that is given here. Okay, so here let us consider that this is one resistance. Okay, so this is the resistance across the terminals R12. This is the resistance which is obtained across the terminals R12. So that's why it is mentioned as R12. So what we did, we found the equivalent resistance across the terminals 1 and 2. So in that case, this is equal to this. Then R12 is equal to R1 plus R3. That is equal to RB into RA plus RC. Similarly, if we find R13 in the similar fashion how we had found, okay, so that time what we will be getting is for the star connection, for R13, R13 means you are finding the equivalent resistance across these terminals. Okay, you are seeing from here. Okay, so if you apply a voltage source here, okay, the current will be flowing through this path. Remaining terminals, there is no current, so it cannot flow because the circuit is not closed. So here you are finding R13 for the star connection. So if you apply a voltage source here, the current can flow only through this. Why current is not flowing through this? There is no connection for the current to flow through this path. So the current flowing through this path will be zero. This path also it will be zero. So for here, current will be flowing. So X current is flowing, let's say, then obviously the equivalent resistance for this circuit is R1 plus R2. So that's what we have written here. Similarly, for R13 for the delta combination, you have to connect a voltage source across this RC. Here we are taking, we are applying a voltage source across this terminals 1 and 3. So if you apply voltage source across this, then here the current will not flow through 2 and 4 because the circuit is not closed. Now, if some current enters here, that can flow through this path. The I current, if it is entering here, the same I current will be flowing through this path. Then you can say that these two elements are in series. So RB and RA are in series, and the combination of RA and RB is parallel to RC. RA plus RB, that is not RB, is parallel to RC. Okay, like this is same as how we had defined before. Okay, so here we got for this parallel combination, if you write the resistance, we are getting like this. Similarly, if you take it for R34 across this, okay, so we are taking three possibilities. Okay, first what we are doing for R12, we are applying a voltage source here, and we checked where the current will flow. The current will flow only through this path. Then we have taken this as equivalent resistance. Similarly, for here, we applied voltage source here and we checked where is the current is flowing. Then accordingly, we have taken series and parallel combination. So based on that, we have found the equivalent resistance, right? This is for the first case. For the second case was what we did. We applied voltage source like this, let's say, then we checked the current flowing direction. So here the current will be flowing in this only, the current will not flow in this path. So we considered the equivalent resistance from this R1 plus R2. Then we applied for delta combination, we applied voltage source here, that is plus minus here. Then from this you found the equivalent resistance because one current which is entering this RB will be flowing through RA also. Same I will be flowing through RA also. So these two resistors are in series for this case, and we have found the equivalent resistance. For the third case, what we did, similarly, we applied some voltage source here. Now what we did, we checked the equivalent resistance. For this, the current will be flowing through this path only. The current will not be flowing through this path. Okay. So similarly, if you apply a voltage source here for the final thing, that is R34, here the current will not flow through this path because this is open, and the current will not flow through this path, this is open. So whatever the current enters through this terminal, let's say the current is entering this RC, then the same current is flowing through RB also. Okay, so same current is flowing. So RC and RB are in series. The series combination is in parallel with RA. Okay, so that's what we have found. So RA into R here RA is parallel to the combination of RB plus RC. So this is a parallel combination. So if you find the equivalent resistance of it, you will get this for the delta connection, and this is for the star connection. So what we have done, we have just represented star side how we are seeing. We, as of now, what we have done is we have represented what is the equivalent resistance across the terminals 1 and 2 here. Then what is the equivalent resistance for 1 and 2 here for this delta. Then what is the equivalent resistance between 1 and 3 for the star, and what is the equivalent resistance between the terminals 1 and 3 for delta. So for the final case, what we did, we checked what is the equivalent resistance between the terminals 3 and 4 for delta, and we have checked what is the equivalent resistance between the terminals 3 and 4 for the star. Those three things we have found in this three formula. Okay, that's what we have done here. Okay, so from this what we are going to do is, actually we are going to convert from one form to another. So here what we have done is we have converted from delta to star, means we have given delta connection, from that we are going to obtain star connection. Okay, so you just remember that delta is represented as RA, RB and RC. You can see here that the delta is represented as RA, RB and RC. Then star is represented as R1, R2, R3. So just to differentiate it, this is represented in alphabet. This one is represented in alphabet, whereas here the restants are represented in numbers. Okay. So what we are doing, we got three equations from this. From this we got three equations. One is this, another one is this, another one is this. See, now what we are doing, we are going to convert from delta to star. Means we know RA, RB, RC value. We wanted to find R1, find R1, R2 and R3. Okay, so now for this case, you can see clearly that you are having R1 plus R3 here, R1 plus R2 here, and R2 plus R3 here. So you forget about this now. This is the equivalent distance based on that we have obtained. So this you forget it now. Now you are having R1 plus R3 is equal to this, R1 plus R2 is equal to this, R2 plus R3 is equal to this. For example, suppose if you want to find R1, let's say that from these three equations, if you want to find R1, then in that case, if you subtract equation number 1 with 3, then this, okay, so we need further combinations. Here, if we do computation in such a way that if only one term we get on the left hand side, it will help us to find the R1 value directly. Okay, we are having R1 plus R2, R1 plus R3, R2 plus R3, and R1 plus R2. So by somehow, if we reduce the equation in such a way that we get only R1 on left side and R2 on left side and R3 on left side, we can find the value of individual resistances. Okay, that is what we are going to do in the next thing. Okay, just a minute. Whether my screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, fine. So what I'm doing, I'm subtracting equation 3 from 1. So this is my equation number 3. and this is my equation number 1. So I am subtracting equation number 3 and 1. So if I subtract equation 3 from 1, I will get R1 minus R2. So R3 will get cancelled out. Okay. So if I subtract this with this, so I'm doing this equation, subtracting this equation. Left hand side I'm subtracting separately and right hand side I'm subtracting separately. So I will get R1 plus R3 minus R2 minus R3. So I will get like this. So my R3 will get cancelled. So now I will get R1 minus R2, right? So now that is what I have done here. First that I have done here. So I have represented here. So this is the third equation part and this is the third equation part. I have subtracted these two. So based on that, I had only R1 minus R2. Okay. So now this is the explanation why or how we got R1 plus R2 complete value based on this. Okay. So this I have given the final expression. How we got this final expression, that is the equation number 4 that I have explained here. Okay, that I have explained here, nothing that. So I have just subtracted these two equations. Based on that, I have obtained this final equation. Okay, so now it's obvious that now after I subtract equation number 1 and 3, 3 from 1, then it's obvious that I got R1 minus R3. So in that case, if I add this equation which I had obtained just now, that is equation number 4 with this equation number 2, then it's obvious that we got R1 minus R2. It's obvious that this minus R2 and plus R2 will get cancelled. Then I will get 2R1, right? So from this we can obtain R1 directly. So I subtracted 3 from 1. From that I got R1 minus R2. Then I added the equation number 2. Then on the left hand side I will get only 2R1. Okay, so that's what I have done here. So if I do addition of equation number 2 and 4, this is equation number 4, and in the previous slide we are having equation number 1. I have just added it. So if I add it, I'm getting the value as 2 or 1 on the left hand side, whereas on the right hand side I can just expand this will become RC into RB, that is given here, then RC into RA, that is negative sign, that is mentioned here, then plus RC into RA, that is written here, then RC into RB, that is written here. Okay, so now if you see here, you are having one negative RARC on one positive RARC. So these two will get cancelled. So the remaining equation will be coming like this. So now we are having RCRB plus RCRB. So both are same. I am getting 2 RCRB. Then here I am having one more 2. I can get cancelled out each other. So now I can have R1 is equal to RC into RB divided by RA plus RB plus RC. So what I have done is I have the, okay, this is the thing. I have the delta combination. I know the value of the delta combination in for all the resistors. So what I am doing, I am finding the star connection values based on the delta connection. Okay, so for that we have found this. From this, what we have found, the value of R1. So similarly, in the similar fashion, we can found the value of R2 and R3. We need to subtract the equations, different equations in different way in order to obtain R2 and RC. Okay, so this is a mathematical, mere mathematical computation. That is nothing difficult here. So once you understand the concept, obviously you can make this equation by yourself for all the combinations. Okay, so this is for this, but it is very difficult to remember this formula, and you cannot able to derive this always, right? So in that case we should be having an alternative to write the equation directly. Okay, so this is the circuit. In this circuit you can see RA, RB, RC are given here, then R1 is here, R3 is here, and R2 is here. Okay, now I wanted to find R1. Okay, this is the formula we have derived. I wanted to find R1. So if you want to find R1, you see what is the nearest resistances to R1. The nearest resistances to this R1 in delta combination is RC and RB. Okay, so this is the very nearest resistor that is nearer to R1, and this is to RC also, that is nearer to R1. to the delta combination. So for the numerator, you multiply RB and RC. Okay, that is what we got here, divided by sum of the resistances, RA plus RB plus RC. Okay, so let us try for another thing. It is nothing, it is just simple logical. So you wanted to find the resistance value of R2 in the star connection. You wanted to find the resistance value of star connection. You see what is the nearest resistance to this R2 in the delta combination. For nearest resistance for this resistor is RA and RC. Just a minute, sorry. Hello. Just 10 minutes. Sorry for the interruption. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here I'm converting from star to delta actually. Sorry, delta to star actually. I know the value of RA, RB, and RC. I wanted to find R1, R2, R3 of star connection. So I want to write the value of R2 for the star connection. So I have to see what are the nearest resistances which are available to this R2 in the delta connection. R2 is in star connection. I want to see what are the nearest resistors available to this in the delta connection. So for this, if you see, RC and RA are the two resistors which are nearer to this R2, right? Very nearer to this R2. So you write R for R2, for the numerator, you multiply these two resistors, that is given by RA into RC. Then the denominator will be sum of all the resistors on the delta combination, that is equal to RA plus RB plus RC. Okay. So similarly, if you wanted to write it for R3, then what is the nearer resistor? Okay, if it is not clear, I can draw it here. So this is the star combination. For this, the delta combination actually is this. Okay, so this is RA, this is RC, this is RB, and this is RB, and this is RA, and this is R1, this is R2, this is. Okay. So here I wanted to write R3 now. So I have to see what are the nearer resistance to this R3 in delta combination. The nearer resistance to this R3 in the delta combination is this RA and this RB. So for the numerator, I have to multiply. I have to multiply these two terms, RA into RC, that is for the numerator. Then for the denominator, we have to add all the three components. Is it fine? This is for the delta to star combination. We know the values of delta, so we are converting that to star. Why we are doing it? Because we cannot solve the complete circuit using series parallel combination in that we cannot find the equivalent circuit. Since we could not find the equivalent circuit, we need to go for star delta conversion. For example, we can refer this circuit. In this circuit, you cannot make any series parallel combination, so you cannot solve this circuit directly. Okay, so in order to solve it, we need a certain alternative. That alternative is given by the star delta transformation. Okay, is it fine? Did you understand this delta to star conversion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have done it for delta to star conversion. Similarly, in the other way, we will do. So what we have to do in this is we have to write it in Y to delta conversion. Okay, Y connection is given. We have to find the delta. So R1, R2, R3 is given here. We need to find RA, RB, RC. Okay, so we will consider this equation. Already we are having R1 here, R2 here, R3 here. So from these equations, we are going to obtain the delta to star to delta conversion. We are having the star values here, and we are having the delta values here. We just do mathematical rearrangements in such a way that we get RC, RB, and RA. Okay, so this is equation number 5. This is equation number 6. This is equation number 7. So what we are doing here is, so from equation number 5 to 7, we are multiplying. This is equation number 5 into 6. This is equation number 6 into 7. This is equation number 5 into 7. So this is on the left hand side. Okay, on the right hand side also we do the same thing. On the right hand side also we do, this is square whole bracket. So right hand side also, just a minute, multiplying, yeah. So right hand side also we'll be getting doing the multiplication, then we are adding it. Okay, so after we add it, we will be getting this final expression. What we are doing, we are multiplying all the equations from 5 to 7 as in the combination of 5 into 6, 6 into 7, and 5 into 7 on the both the left hand side and the right hand side. Okay, so if you do that, then we will be getting this equation from those equation 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so now in the numerator you will be getting RA plus RB plus RC. Here in the denominator you are getting RA plus RB plus RC the whole square. So you just cancel out this, then you will get R1 into R2 plus R2 plus R3 plus R3 into R1 will be equal to RA into RB into RC. Okay, so this is our one equation, that is equation number 8. Okay, now what we are going to do is, this is the equation number 8. In the previous thing, we got equation number 5, 6, and 7, right? So here we got equation number 5, 6, and 7. Now, each equation, we are going to divide it 8 by 5, then 8 by 6, equation number. These are equation number 8 divided by equation number 5. So in that case, if you write like that, we will be getting the combination like this. So RA can be obtained like, so I have given the explanations also. You can just go through it. For example, for instance, now this is equation number 8. This is equation number 8, right? So equation number 5 is R1 is equal to RBRC divided by RA plus RB plus RC, right? From this RCR, yeah. So you divide left hand side with the left hand side. So here you divided with R1. On the right hand side, you divided with RB into RC. RB into RC divided by RA plus RB plus RC. So if you do like this, then this term can take it to the numerator, that is here. So then in that case, you will get RA plus RB plus RC here, then divided by RB into RC. Okay, so this this one will get cancelled, and this RB RC is there. Then here RB RC is there, that will get cancelled. Then now you have only RA. Then you have multiplication of these combinations divided by the resistance R1. Okay, same thing I have explained it here, how I have done. This is the equation number 8 left hand side, and this is equation number 8 right hand side. So this is equation number 5. Here it is directly written it as multiplication. After I have taken the reciprocal, I have written it as multiplication. Okay, so here first I have divided with R1 here. So if I see this, I will be getting only this element left. Remaining all of the terms are cancelled out on the right hand side. On the left hand side, I will be getting this equation. Now what I have got, I have got RA value. From this I can obtain. So this R1, R2, R2, R3, R3, R1. So these are the products of the individual resistances in the star combination divided by R1. Okay, similarly, so the same equations can be uh, obtained for other resistances in delta connection. For that, what we need to do is, we need to here we have taken equation number 8 divided by 5. Then we have to do equation number 8 divided by 6, and then we have to do equation number 8 divided by 7. Then in that case we can obtain the individual equations. So again, as I said before, this expression, it is difficult to remember in the long time, and you cannot derive the equations completely. So in order to remember it easily, what you have to do, so for delta to this is star to delta combination. For delta to star to delta combination, so let's say that I need a value of RA. Where is RA? My RA in the delta combination is here. What do I need to find? I need to find the value of RA in terms of star values, right? Star values are given. I need to find RA, that is for the delta. Now I want to find RA. So what I need to do is, I wanted to multiply all the resistances like this. So R1 into R2, then R2 into R3, then R3 into R1. So you are having only three resistors, R1, R2, and R3. You multiply two combinations. That's all. So you multiply these combinations for the numerator and you add it. Okay, R1 into R2 plus R2 into R3 plus R3 into R1. You just add it. Then divided by R1. So for this resistor R1, you see what is the exact opposite resistance which is not nearer to this. So here for RA, this is the resistance which is opposite to this, and it is not directly linked with RA. So you divide it with that resistance. Okay. So for example, let's say that if you want to find RB, for example, if you want to find RB, for numerator, you multiply the individual resistances like R1 into R2, R2 into R3, and R1 into R3. So that you do and you add it. That is for the numerator. For numerator, for all the combinations, it is same. And for the denominator, what you need to do is, for this RB, you see what is the exact opposite resistance which is available in the star. So that is one thing. And the second thing is, you see that that resistance will not be, of course, directly it will not be connected, means that is not near directly nearer to this. For this RB in the star combination, only R1 and R2 are, sorry, only R1 and R3 are nearer. This R2 is opposite to this RB. So for RB, when you are writing RB, for numerator you just do the product and do the summation, then divided by R2. Similarly for RC, same thing has been written. Okay, so for RC, your resistance is here, then the opposite resistance is R3. So I have taken this expression like this. Is it clear? For delta to star, the denominator is same. For denominator, we have to take RA plus RB plus RC. Then we have to see what are the nearest resistances available to that star combination. This is for delta to star. For the star to delta combination, you have to see the numerator is common for all. So that is given by product of the individual resistances, combination of the resistances in the star connection, divided by the opposite resistance available to that particular resistance. Okay. Even though you don't remember the variable, see, it can be anything. You don't remember like this is R1, R2, R3. Okay. You don't need to name it. So if you need to find some resistance of this in star combination, you apply the methodology, you apply the trick which I have told, so you can directly find it out. You don't remember this R1, R2, what is RA, RB, you don't need to remember it. Okay, you just to find it out. If I want to find the resistance of this is in delta, then how to obtain from the star, that you keep it in mind, then you will easily be able to solve it. If you remember this formula, you will never remember it, you will get confused at least at some point of time. Okay, is that clear? Did you understand this? Shall we proceed to the problem based on this? If you have any doubt, you can ask, else let us proceed further. Okay, fine. If you don't have any doubt, let me proceed. For this circuit, we need to find the delta to star. So delta is given, you need to find the star. So delta is given in pencil, and star, it is mentioned in red in color. So for delta, it is given 10 ohm, 25 ohm and 15 ohm for the different resistances. So based on this, I have just given some variable. So R1 is equal to, this is the R1. This actually, for this resistance, for the delta to star, what should I have to do? I have to do the multiplication of the nearest resistances, that is this 25 into 10 I have to do. 25 into 10 I have to do. Then for the denominator, I have to put 25 plus 10 plus 15. Okay, right? So this is for this resistor. Then for this resistor R2, what do I need to do? I have to multiply this resistor and this resistor for the numerator, 25 into 15 divided by 25 plus 10 plus 15. This is for the delta, this is for R1 and this is for R2. And for R3, what is the nearest resistance? This 10 ohm is the nearest resistance and this 15 ohm is the nearest resistance. So 15 into 10 divided by sum of the resistances, 25 plus 10 plus 15. Okay, so this is very easy. So you can use the understanding how to solve it, then you can easily solve it. So from this, you can also directly substitute in the formula. So for the first case, it is coming as 5 ohm, and for R2 it is coming as 7.5 ohm, and for R3 it is coming as 3 ohm. Okay, so this is for delta star combination, and for star delta combination we can use the same process like how we had discussed before. So here what we are going to do, we are going to convert from star to delta. So let's say that I wanted to find this RA from this circuit. So for the numerator, I have to multiply these two and these two, and I have to put it in the summation in the numerator, that I have done here. Okay, that I have done here. Then for the denominator, I have to see what is the opposite resistance to this RA. Here the opposite resistance to RA is 10 ohm. That is not directly connected with this RA. So I have divided it with 10 ohm. So I'm getting 140 ohm for this thing. Then similarly for RB and RC, we can just find it out how we need to do. So this is the direct formula. Either you can apply in the direct formula, or you can again compute. So RB is here. For RB, we have to do, for the numerator, we have to multiply and add the various resistor combination. So this is the thing. Then that is given by this value. And here for RB, the opposite resistance is 40. Okay, so only 10 and 40 are directly connected with this RB. So this 20 is the resistor which is not directly connected with this RB, that is also opposite. So you write this, that is 20 ohm. So this value is coming as 70 ohm. Similarly for RC, we are getting this combination based on the previous thing. So RC, again for the numerator, it is mere multiplication and addition. So the opposite resistance to this RC is 40 ohm. So from this, we are getting the resistance value as 35 ohm. Okay, so this is a very simple example where we have done star to delta conversion. So if you want to represent that in a formula, in a problem, so here, this is a circuit. In this circuit, several delta combination is there, or several star combination is there. For instance, if you see, this is a star combination, and also this is a star combination. These are two possibilities. These are two combinations. for star. So now you can also consider like a delta combination, because this is like a pi model, inverted pi. This is like a pi model, and this is like a pi model. This particular loop is like a pi model, and this particular loop is like a pi model. So you are having four combinations: to delta, to star. Okay, if you are comfortable with star to delta, you do that. If you are comfortable with the delta to star, you do that. Okay, so here I have mentioned what are the combinations are there. As I had just mentioned before, whichever is mentioned in the red line and blue line, those are star combinations, and you can see these two are delta combination. This loop and this loop are in delta combination, so you can choose any one of that. Okay, so now what I am doing, so this star connection I am taking, this star connection I am taking, then I am converting that to delta. Okay, so if I convert that to delta, so already R1 value I know, R2 value I know, R3 value I know. I have just represented the delta connection, how it would be in red color. Okay, so I have given certain values, I mean certain variables. So this is I have mentioned as RA, this is mentioned as RB, this I have mentioned as RC. So now again, what we are doing star to delta conversion. Nothing else we are doing. So for star to delta conversion, what we have to do, we have to, for numerator, we have to multiply the resistor combinations, and we have to do the summation after that. So that's what we have done here, like this. Then let's say for RA, this is RA, this is the star delta value in RA, the value in RA. Opposite resistance to this RA is 10 ohm. So that is given here, 1700 divided by 10. This is the multiplication. So that is given by 170 ohm. Then for similarly for RB, for numerator, you just do the multiplication of the combinations and you do summation of it. Then the opposite resistance to this RB is 50 ohm. That is not directly linked with this RB. Then you divide it with 50 ohm here. Then for RC, again, what you do, you take the opposite resistance for the denominator. So for RC, you are getting 20 ohm. So that is given here. So if you find value like this, then we can find RC. Okay, so once I convert that, you can see that I am getting this figure. Okay, because it is after I convert from star to delta, my circuit has changed like this. With this, what I can do is, you can see here that these two resistors, that is 24 ohm and 34 ohm, both are connected in parallel, because both of its top terminal and bottom terminal are connected together. So these two resistors, 24 ohm and 34 ohm, are in parallel combination. Similarly, this 30 ohm and this 170 ohm are in parallel combination, because both of its top terminal and bottom terminal are connected together, and you can see that there is no resistance in between that. So in that case, these two resistors are in parallel. Okay, this 24 ohm resistor and this 34 ohm resistor are in parallel. Then this 30 ohm resistor and this 170 ohm resistor are in parallel. So in that case, you can find the equivalent resistance of that parallel combination. For this 24 and 34, you are getting the equivalent resistance as 14.06 ohm, that you can see it here clearly on the next circuit. Similarly, for the 30 ohm and 170 ohm, those two resistors are in parallel. Then the equivalent resistance of that is 25.5 ohm. So now this two resistors are connected in series. Then obviously you can find the equivalent resistance. Once you find the equivalent resistance, then that equivalent resistance will be in parallel to this 85 ohm. So that is given here. So these two combinations, if you add it, you are getting 39.5. That 39.5 is parallel to 85 ohm resistor. Okay, so these two, again, you can understand that these two are in parallel. Since these two are in parallel, you can just add it. You can just do the equivalent circuit for the parallel combination. Okay, so this 39.5, this 85 are in parallel. So you can find the equivalent resistance. Since these two are in parallel, then the equivalent value of this will be in series with the resistance 13 ohm. Okay, so here you understand that in the question they have asked two things. One is find RAB and I. RAB means Here I need to find the equivalent resistance across the terminals A and B. A and B is given here. So for finding the equivalent resistance, I have to see it from this side. So I have to start from the exact opposite side. Okay, just a minute. You can able to see my screen, right? Can you able to see my cursor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a minute. So in this question, actually what we need to do is we need to find RAB and I. I is the current which is flowing through this voltage source. Now we need to find the resistance across the terminals RAB. So we have to see from this side. So when you want to find the resistance across this, you have to start from the extreme opposite end. So this is the extreme opposite end. So you should start from here for reducing the circuit. You should not start reducing the circuit from this side. You should not do it. You will get the different value, that the solution will become wrong. You start from the exact terminal end. From there you start. Okay, so from this they have found the equivalent resistance. The equivalent resistance is coming as 40 ohm. So the voltage is 240 volt. So 240 volt is applied here. 240 volt is applied here. Then if you want to find the current, I is equal to 6 ampere. Okay, so this is for the star to delta conversion, a simple problem. Similarly, if you wanted to do it in the delta to star combination for this particular, this is a delta combination, right? So this is a delta that you can convert that to a star, then you can solve the circuit. Okay, if you convert this to star, then you will be getting a circuit like this. Then your circuit will become like this. That is what have been happened here. Okay, so for just for explaining this R1 and R2 and R3, so here this is a this is a delta to star combination. For delta to star combination, what you need to do, you need to multiply. This is R1. For R1, what you need to do, you multiply the nearest resistance. The nearest resistance is 24 and 10. So you multiply those two and you divide with the summation of the all the resistances available for the delta. So we got this as 4.44 ohm. Then for R2, you see that what are the nearest resistance. This is the 24 ohm is the nearest resistance and this 20 ohm is the nearest resistance. So you multiply for the numerator and for the denominator you do the summation of all the three. Then you find the value that is coming as 8.89 ohm directly here. Then for R3, what is the nearest resistance? 10 ohm and 50 ohm. So if you multiply this for the numerator, oh sorry, this is 50 ohm is here. The nearest resistance is 20 ohm and 10 ohm. So you multiply with 20 into 10 for this R3. Then denominator you do the summation. We are getting 33.7 ohm. So once you do this delta to star conversion, then you are getting this. Okay, so now you can easily solve this problem because here these two are in series. Okay, here if you once you solve it, here you can see that these two are in series, these two are in series. That equivalent circuit of this thing will be coming like this. So you can see that once you find the equivalent of this series combination, you will be getting like this. So 30 plus 8, 38. So here you are getting 5 plus 3.7, you are getting, sorry, 50, I think, 50 plus 3.7, you are getting 53.7. So these two resistors are in parallel now. That parallel can be having an equivalent resistance. That equivalent resistance will be in series with this 4.44 ohm. So that you can see here, the equivalent resistance of this combination, parallel combination is 22.56. Then that is in series with this 4.44 ohm. Then that value is again in series with 13 ohm. So here you can see a overall resistance. So that is coming as 40 ohm. This is same as what we have found previously. Whether you have done star to delta or delta to star, your final solution will be same. Okay, so how, on what basis generally we are doing this calculation is, even if you recreate the circuit in different way, our voltage and current relation will never change in the source point of view. From the source point of view, the voltage and current relation will never change. So obviously you can do this conversions so that we can reduce our circuit in order to analyze it in a simpler fashion. Okay, that is one thing. In case if you are having a delta combination or if you are having a star combination, if all the resistances on the delta is same or all the resistance are in star are same, then you can consider like if you are having a star combination, if you are having a star combination, in that star combination, then if all the values of the resistor values are same, so for instance we said R1, R2, R3, if all these values are same, then instead of finding it in formula, you can directly write it as star is given, so you can directly write it as for delta value 3 into ry. Okay, so if R1 is given, R2 is given, and R3 is given, if all the values are same, instead of using the formula to find the delta values, you can directly multiply with the value 3. Okay, so that is given by 3 into ry, that is mentioned like this, but this is equal to ry. Similarly, if delta is given, if all the resistances value you know, then if all the resistance value are same, in that case you can mention that r delta divided by 3 is equal to ry. Okay, so this is about this. So one more thing is, when we did star delta conversion, we did not add any extra element, we did not remove any extra element. We had 3 resistance in delta combination for this particular circuit, we replaced that with another 3 resistance. Okay, we did not do any other change, so this combination or this changing will not make any change, and we are just representing star combination in terms of delta combination or delta combination in star combination in such a way that we can make our calculations simpler. Okay, is it clear? We have completed star delta conversion, so from this we can solve all type of problem. Only one more basics we need to learn, and that one is source transformation. If we learn those source transformation, we can solve any kind of circuit in electrical point of view hereafter. Okay, we have seen all the basics. If you have understood whatever we had discussed till today, then obviously you can solve any kind of problem hereafter. Basic using this KCL, KVL, star delta combination. Just by using this, you can find voltage, current, power for any circuit, for any element. Okay, so if you have any doubt, if not, you people can leave. That's all for today. The class is over for today. I'm extremely thankful to you for joining on the holiday day. Okay, so if you have any doubt to ask, you can ask, else you can end this meeting. Today I will upload the notes for whatever I have taught till today. Okay,
Thank you,
so
sir.
thank you. In the notes, only one change, you just note it down. So I have mentioned it as RA plus RB plus RC the whole RC square. Actually, it is whole square. It is. I have forget the bracket. So you just, then only these two will get cancelled. So you just add bracket with this. Okay, I'm uploading like this itself. You just add bracket with this. Okay.
Sir.
Sir.
Yes. Do you want to ask anything? Okay, fine. So that's all from my side. If you want to ask anything, you can ask. Else, even you can message me in MS Teams. I will reply you whenever I see your message. Okay. So that's all from my side. If you want to leave, you can leave. If you don't have any doubt. After this, Monday morning we will meet on 9 to 10 hour. Okay. So next week I am quite busy, so I'm changing the schedule for next week only, as I had told yesterday. Okay, so only for next week we will be rearranging the classes in a different manner, but from after next week we will be having a fixed schedule. Okay. So that's all
Okay,
from
sir.
my side. Thank you all. If you have any doubt, you can ask now, or you can message me in MS Teams also.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.